Okay, so this stream is going to be cut into two halves, I guess, which is annoying, but I can't risk losing the VOD, which is what happens when it cuts out, I think, which is really annoying. So, but not the end of the world. Okay, so we're doing a render edit. So we have the bytes here as vertices, but this is a vector, so it's going to be a little bit ugly. Triangle. This is going to be span triangle vertex data. You can convert that to a byte span. That works. That doesn't matter. Do a second write. And we're writing to the index buffer now. We just did the vertex buffer. ibuff_h, data as bytes, stood span, unsigned int, indices. This should just work. See what happens. What could possibly go wrong? It does work, but my god, we're getting a lot of warnings because doing a render edit for DynamicFixed is kind of pointless, and that's just what this warning is, which is fine. Because the plan is to make this static fixed. But we'll make sure it continues to work now. So, let's see. Sure enough, this all works fine. So theoretically, I want the buffers, not this. This can be DynamicFixed, because I'm still writing to it in the old way, but the buffers need to be StaticFixed. StaticFixed. Let's see what happens. I'm curious if this works. Attempted resize, but it wasn't that. Didn't I just fix that? Ah, no. So this is where the image data is not going to change. Which is fine. We'll have it so that this copying is just commented out. I just want to see if it actually works. The data is probably going to look different now because the data is going to be all corrupted by default. But if the application runs without crashing, that's what matters. It does not. Buffer component size does not match its resource data size. Right, I see. So when we do this, because we haven't done this, we actually need to change it. Right, I see. Do a bit of a hack, I suppose. So what's happening here? I'll explain, just a second. So we have a buffer component here, and we have a resource and a buffer. However, the resource has its own local copy of what the initial data was. So if you're a dynamic resource, then that's never updated, there's a pointer that replaces it. So if you're asking what's the size, it will use the size of whatever the pointer says as opposed to the initial data size. But because a static resource can't have that functionality for now, it uses the initial data. And now it's been resized, the sizes don't match, which is what this assert is checking. I'm not sure the best way to fix that though. That's a tough one. What we'll do is... Where's the common resource stuff? Oh, that's just in resource here. So let's go into the header. So we have the just a bytes, a vector of bytes. This is the resources, and this is an optional span of mapped resource data that replaces the resource data when it's dynamic and it's been changed. So, but for static, we always rely on this, which is never resized. So what does resized data do? that is literally what we want to do. Okay, that makes life pretty easy then. So I guess what we do is this resource resize data, just new size. Does that work? Has never been resize data. It's not exposed from the API. Right. I didn't think of that. Should I do a dirty, dirty hack? I'm gonna do a dirty, dirty hack. Nice. I can't. No, I don't have access to it here. No, 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 no. Need a clever way of doing this. Because this is not exposed by iResource. So I don't think it is. So you can get the type, you can get the access, you can get the data, you can get the data again, you can convert the data, clone, set the map data is the dynamics thing. Maybe we can just add a resize data. Kind of silly, but I just want to see if things work. Okay, so resize data, this is an override now. This should now work. Okay. That is different. The reason it's different is because the data's all corrupty and screwy now, which is what makes sense. Let's try OpenGL. Probably have to make the same change here. Probably going to run into a very similar assert. But it's technically working. However, I've added a very hacky function to the API. Yep, same problem. So let's have a look. What line? 31. Here we go. We just don't care about this anymore. Set map data, can't do that anymore. All we do is this resource resize data. Swap the buffers still. I'm surprised by how little code that is, that's great. So yeah, clone resized. Kinda surprised. Clone resize already sorts out, yeah, so it does sort out the data for us. However, why is that? Oh, I think I know what the problem is. So this clone resize, this is OGL specific, whereas Vulkan was resizing the buffer, but completely corrupting all the data, who cares what it is. This one doesn't. The clone resize does preserve the old data. It's just an implementation detail. However, there's still just one triangle. These things keep disappearing because it's getting all corrupty. Why is that, if the resize is now correct? I think the reason is that this resource resize data is doing it on the initial data. So it hasn't had any of the updates at all. So there's not really any way to fix that. So, kind of still have the same problem, although it's not really a big deal. We can deal with doing the writes later, but this now works. This is a StaticFixed resource, which is being resized, and it is also, so let's commit this, I think. I'm quite happy with this. It's not ready to be going into master yet, that's for sure, so we'll make a new branch, I think, and we'll call it resource new accesses. That's really terrible. Just resource access rewrite. Nice long branch name yet again. So we'll say StaticFixed, DynamicFixed resources can now be resized. However, data is no longer preserved. Dynamic triangles vertex and index buffers are now static fixed, even though they are often unwritten to, except the latter now uses a renderer edit instead of writing to directly via dynamic resource span. Already forgotten the name of the branch. ResourceAccess rewrite. So what the hell was the point of all of that? Well, I'll show you. All of a sudden, the API can change pretty easily now. Easily is a very strong word. What's actually going to happen is going to be errors everywhere, because these accesses are used everywhere. So, let's rewrite these actually. Static. Resource data. Can be resized, but it is read only. I have to do it like this. Okay, fine. Oops. There we go. A Vim moment. Resource data can be resized and written to whenever. The background is actually making this a little hard to read, which is quite funny. Dynamic. And these are all pruned. Right, let's just build the engine, because everything's about to explode. This is going to be a lot. Yeah, this is not fun. All of this is weird. Find me the first error, one at a time. Right. So the resource header. Resource HPP 39. This is going to be static now. Next. 83. That should be fine, give me new errors. Oh, hello. I see you. I think you can't evade me. Didn't change it for the buffer one, did I? It's not even documented. Oh, I'm lazy. This is going to be very iterative. Okay, let's just go where it says I need to go. Frontend, OGL2, renderer, StaticFixed. So, you can see here, so when it's StaticFixed we do all this stuff. When it's DynamicFixed or variable, it doesn't matter, it's the same thing. So this is super easy to fix. Dynamic. Static. Look how easy that was. Fixed. So writing dynamic images, if the resource type is image or it's not, and it's not static fixed. Right, that was a hack I did. Say it is dynamic. Then we can set the data. Fine. Easy peasy. So when we're doing a resource write, static fixed. Right, okay, so once again, this is super easy. This is actually even easier. Watch this. Oh god. It's gonna be pretty ugly. Look at this disgustingly huge switch statement. Right, here we go. Ugh. Do I need to go back by 2? No, just 1. What am I doing? I didn't even put it in the right place. I'm an idiot. Okay. Switch phrase get type. Yeah, this is correct. Else, just do this. And kill this. Nice. Next. That's it. In that file, that whole file, that's it. Debug UI, of course. Whoops, debug UI, fixed. So, the vertex buffer is going to be dynamic. It is also dynamic. Unfortunately, we can maybe change those later. The shaded data buffer is, they're all dynamic. How's that? The font image, as you can see, we don't specify it, which means it's static. Is there anything else? Nope. That should be debug UI done. Who's next? Resource CPP. Fine. Aha. Easy. Because this is like a mapping of a name to the ResourceAccess enum. Because the count's now different, we're going to need two. Okay, so set map data, just assert this get access, resource access, dynamic, can only set mapped data on a dynamic. Wait. Actually, I prefer this assert message. I don't know why I didn't just do this. Easy. Who's next? This is going to take a while. OGL component? No problem. 54. So, what the hell is this? Make buffer. By default we do nothing. That's so dumb. Let's clean up this while we're here, because resource access. If it's static, then hey, guess what? Residency is going to be static. Else, you guessed it. Dynamic. Get rid of all this crap. You do fix stuff. This is just a stupid assert. Resize data. I guess we can just do this. Yeah, that looks fine. How about that? What next? That was it for OpenGL. Let's do Vulkan while we're here. Gonna be a million more. Okay, component. No, I want to get a component. You gave me a component earlier. Okay. This is the same stupid shit as before. Yeah, it's the same shit as before. Okay. Let's make this a little bit easier. Get access. If it's static, then hey, we're gonna do static stuff. Crazy. Give me that. Else, we're gonna do dynamic stuff. You never saw that coming, did you? Wow. And this whole stupid switch thing can go away. That's fine. Give me the renderer now, probably. Yes. Wait, component's still broken? Yes, there is still broken. My bad. That can go away. Resize? That's not true. Take the dimensions, make the image, give it the name. Can't do that. Okay, we can't do that. Ah. Can we do this image? So what is this image going to be? It's going to be a VK2 image, isn't it? Oh, I don't remember that. Let's go into the Vulkan backend. Into the void we go. image. How do I get the size of it in bytes? You can get the dimensions, we can get the layout. You're making this a pain in the ass, basically. New data. We just assumed it was okay. Okay. Wait. Let's just not. Yeah, we're not going to do that. This image changes the iRes is this resource, which is already changing. However, the data itself does need to change. So what we're going to do is, there's a way of doing this. Where? What was it? There was a way to get this pixel size bytes. So what we need to do is find out the new size of the resource span in bytes. So iRes resize data. So the answer to this is going to be new dimensions 0 times new dimensions 1. So the width times the height times number of bytes in pixel, which is right here, pixel size bytes. However, this is the Topaz format, and this can be the Vulkan format. So that makes life a little bit more complicated. There is a way to convert though. Image get format. Let's see. Front end VK2. Does it convert? Yeah, from VK. Okay, that's actually super easy. GL from VK2. The Vulkan format is there. Resize data. That all should work. I just forgot to change this earlier, basically, because we're not testing it. Okay. Now we can go into... Is it everything from there? No? A little bit more. Fine. Once again, same as before. ResourceAccess. StaticFixed. It's a lot of changes to do. I knew there'd be a lot, but this is really quite a lot. We're barely through any of it. We'll see actually. Residency, VK2, memory residency, GPU, which is the fast one. Else, then you have to use a slow one. I can literally just do this. The switch is entirely irrelevant now. It's making the code way shorter, which is nice. It would help if I changed it. Right. So now it should just be the components building. Vendor is not great, so we're getting there. Front end, VK2 renderer, fixed. So if it's DynamicFixed or DynamicVariable, well, that's easy now. Just dynamic. If it's fixed or variable, same here. Easy peasy. No problem. How nice. Right, next. If it's a static fixed resource, well, this is super easy. Same. It's probably doing a full... What are you doing? Oh. This is for dynamic resources, right. Let's just do that. So it's dynamic, then we do some padding for the linear tiling, because we can do that there. Right. So if it's static fixed, we do an unbelievable amount of stuff. Okay, once again, this can be an if statement. This is so much code there, it's disgusting. I really can't change that for now, but I really need to make that bit better. That's too much code. Right. All of this can die. What a mess. Look how much code there is! It's all of that! Christ! Alright, we're tabbing that once. Boom. That is the biggest mess I've ever seen. Else, just do this crap. Uh-oh. There we go. Kill that. Right, next. If it's not static fixed, i.e. if it's... Right, so if we're doing dynamic stuff, then we don't do the upload. Fine. It's like that. That's how we like it. Same here. That can't be it. No way, that's it. Not a chance in hell, is that it? Variable, right. That's ease. Wait. Buffer ID to variable access pushback. What is to variable access? Variable. If any buffer at all is variable, we will unfortunately try to write to them all. So I guess kinda need to do that. So if anything can be resized, we have to resize all of them, basically. Why? Oh, right. I see. So if any of them are, then we need to use these flags. Is that the only place it's used? 2, 3. Pushback, variable. If any of them are there, then we just do this. Right. We need to do that. Okay. So yeah, that's fine. So actually, they're always resizable. So I suppose... Hold on a minute. This doesn't need to exist anymore. Oh, this could make things simpler. Don't care about that anymore. Descriptive visibility is important. So yeah, each buffer. However, if there's any buffers at all, then we need to do it. We'll leave them in there. We'll delete them both, actually. If any of them, otherwise, if true, basically, yeah. Do something like this. How's that? I don't know, this could break everything. I mean, the tests are going to be very broken. In fact, every demo is going to break and every test is also going to break. So, okay, there's builds now. Let's do dynamic triangle demo. Why should we do triangle demo? This maybe isn't broken. Let's see. So this actually works fine for OpenGL. But this doesn't really it uses the default access, which I've already changed, so that won't break. Dynamic triangle is going to break pretty badly though. So that's not a chance in hell this builds. Triangle demo fixed. So this image is DynamicFixed, so it needs to be dynamic now. This is static, this is just static. And as you can see, this is starting to make a little bit more sense now. Now it's kind of more obvious what this means. Like, this is going to be able to change at any point. This is static, but it can be resized, but it doesn't matter. This is static as well. In fact, because static is the default, we can do that now. That's pretty cool. Not here because it's an index buffer, but change that one at least. Should still work, although it's still going to be corrupted. Yeah, it's a bit corrupted still, but it's fine. Debug. Ay. This one's very corrupted indeed. This is quite badly corrupted. Why is it so corrupted? Oh dear. I feel like the padding of the image data is going wrong here. So if it's an image and it's dynamic, no, that's fine. Let's check component. That really shouldn't change. Why is it changing? Okay, that's correct to me. Weird. It could just be the corrupted data. Actually looks kind of okay. But why did it break now? It was working earlier, wasn't it? There are times when you should trust your gut instinct. And my gut instinct is telling me something's gone wrong here. Whoa. Whoa, that's weird. Uh-oh. Debug UI is broken. Let's figure out why. Is this the... Yeah, this is. So an edit is going weird here. In buffer component root Vulkan. This. Import frontend, PKG components CPP28. This? No. How about that? How about that? Kinda makes sense. Size is no longer trustworthy. No. Wait, that should exist. Resize should be doing... It is. Wait a minute. Does OpenGL have this problem? We resize the data here. Oh dear. Ah, because we're resizing. So, as the debug UI changes, it resizes things, and now that resizing corrupts everything, this just doesn't work anymore. We'll fix that in a follow-up commit. Let's work on the weird Vulkan assert first. Ay. This is a challenging one. Die. I don't really know why that's happening. Let's reproduce it. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Give me F2. This resource data. You're not gonna let me do this. Oh, you are. Size bytes. Of course you won't tell me. Of course you don't want to do that. However, I know it's 1024 owned. P this buffer size. Oops. We'll do 60. So the buffer's got bigger, but the resource data is not being told. Why not? Pretty sure it's exactly what you meant to do. That's odd. This is exactly what this code does. That's curious. Have I forgotten something? Component. Buffer component of your resize does that, then swaps it. Does with both the image and the buffer. This is the buffer. Wait, what the hell? The buffer component does it. Image component does it. Weird. Yeah, it's weird. What's going on here? You are changing it, for sure. That's odd. I'm gonna have to look at that. F9. No, F10. Show me. .11. So we're doing a. What actually is it? Edit. We're resizing. We're resizing a buffer. Wait a minute. 2 and 0. Are you sure? Oh, shaded data buffer. Fine. Okay, that is fine. I don't know what shaded data buffer is, but that's fine. So obviously the vertex buffer is different. It's complaining. We're doing the edit. But when are we actually getting the size? Who's asking for the size? The renderer. So we have an edit request. Wait a minute. The renderer edit has just been informed of it. In 1494, it hasn't done it yet. Huh. Give me the render a bit. P edit request. So we're doing that. We're doing this guy. Buff comp. We don't know, although we know it's the vertex buffer actually. So what it's doing here is it hasn't done the resize yet. We're getting the buffer component. The buffer comp size is... When we're doing the size here, it's already wrong. How's that possible? Yeah, how is that possible? That's odd. We haven't done it yet. This is when we resize it, so it can't have been resized beforehand unless it was resized earlier. That doesn't make any sense. Three. How has it changed already? How weird. We have to break this. Do that. How odd. Oh, this is a dynamic triangle, this is gonna be annoying. What's the best way of doing this? Because it's dynamic. We just don't test dynamic. Should still reproduce here. Break. Sweet. Debugger comes back out. VK2 component CPP 51. Go. Don't randomly die here. Now we do. Okay, so what's happening here? Doing a resize. So p old buff has a 124, which is correct. This resource data size bytes. Can you tell us? Annoying. Maybe I don't need to. Owned. So the data does match now. New buff is this 1260. Okay. Okay. So we're back in here. Doing it again, basically. This is as before. Okay, we're going through and actually doing the stuff. Fine. This worked. Nothing's wrong here. So what's actually going wrong in the end? It's gonna take a while. So we added the frame. Doing the rendering. Okay. So when we ended the frame, it did another write, and now all of a sudden it's broken. Why? It's almost as if the resize data is not working. Did I even test that? Oh, I need to actually test that. Okay. Data 1024. So it's about to change. That's what it is. This resource data is just not changed. What the hell? That's why. This just doesn't work. Why not? How odd. Resource data size bytes. It's not. But I just changed it. It just changed. Bring me back. Something weird's going on here. Okay. This resource. Let's step into this. This resource data is 124, new size 1260. This resource data What? We must have a map resource, is that the case? We don't, no we don't. Hold on. This resource is a resize new size. Okay, we're going back in one more time, I promise. Bring me back. Step inside. This resource data is this. What about this mapped source data? This is not null. It's dynamic. It's been mapped to a buffer. Oh! I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm so dumb. Ay ay ay. We need to do it. Still need to do the old thing if we're dynamic. This resource. Set mapped data. New data. We need to map as. It's the bytes. Don't worry about the copy. This should just work now, right? Uh-oh. No? New buff, sorry. Do I need to do the same thing for the image? To debug UI works again. I'm kind of surprised it works again, honestly. I am kind of surprised about that. Yeah, I'm quite surprised. How the hell was OpenGL not running into the same problem? That's like the typical process of development, isn't it? Why is this broken? Oh, now I see. How does it ever work? Right. Resize data. We're doing that. Yeah. How is this not working? Does this not work then? Oops. Oh, a straight crash. How fun. Nice. I like straight crashes. How fun. Okay, give me that crash. Oh dear. Oh dear, that's not good. Let's have a look. So, we're getting the resource data here, which we did not just fix, probably. So, right, got it. So if this resource, you need to do the same thing basically. ResourceAccess. If it is static, then we can just do this and don't care about any of that. Otherwise, we need to update the data to the new buffer. Right, that's what the problem is. Set mapped data, new buffer, map as byte. Just a bunch of bytes, who cares? That must be it. Crash time. ResourceAccess not been declared? Oh. Forgot the namespace. No? ResourceAccess. Access. Go. Don't break the debug UI. Okay. So everything's fine again. For the debug UI specifically, that is. So, now we need to actually do the dynamic triangle demo. So once this is working, okay, gel, fine, everything's cool. There's still corruption, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. The Vulkan goes really weird, doesn't it? Still, probably. Is it still really fucky wucky? Yeah, still fucky wucky, but I don't care. Yeah, I really don't care. We're probably writing into a little bit of it. It's not crazy. It's not totally unbelievable that it's just stopped working at some point. I'm kind of okay with that. Cool. So let's think. Probably ought to do all the other demos now. It should be pretty quick, and then after that maybe we'll call it. Let's do the Bloom demo. I'm not sure if this needs to change very much. Probably very little. All of these should be very little. Right, okay, got it. Dynamic. These are just changed all the time from the debug UI, so these absolutely needs to be dynamic. Should be as easy as that. It could get corrupted now. We're not resizing it ever, so actually no, it should be fine. Double check. Blech. Blech. Yeah, it's still dodgy Bloom as before. Can change these as much as I like. Cool, yeah, we're happy. This is clearly fine. Sweet, happy with that. Easy peasy. Let's do the blur triangle demo. Okay. Is that it? Is that really it? Easy peasy. So easy. Give me a challenge. Please don't. Compute demo. Oh, nothing needs to change here. I'm surprised. Dynamic triangle already done. How about terrain demo? I'm not sure if terrain demo needs any changes. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Okay. Oops. Yeah, these guys just dynamic. That should be it. Easy peasy. Look at that. Easy peasy. Oops. Clicked the wrong button, but that's fine. Let's double check OpenGL. Pretty sure this is fine. So that's the demo's done. However, tests. This should be pretty quick still. Who is this? Render a test. That's going to be the main one. I'm going to do check resource test first. Fixed. Yeah. So, null buffer. The access should be static by default. We have a buffer from 1, still static. Hold on, crazy idea. How about that? Those own it. Fixed, fixed, fixed. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Boom. Who cares? Now what? Uh-oh. Okay, I can't just randomly fix everything. Crazy. Oh. Yes, I can. Magic? Hey! All the tests work. Crazy. The Vulkan tests work. That'll be even more surprising. That's where things can actually go a little bit wrong. Let's see. Sweet. Look at that. we actually got this working. I'm kind of surprised. There's a lot of cleaning up to do still. This is definitely going to be, it's going to be a big bit. Yeah. What the hell did we achieve here? Oh yeah. Refactored resource access. There is now only static or dynamic. Both can be resized, but dynamic is read+write, whereas static is still read only. What's the name of this stupid branch? Sweet. Right. I think that'll do for today. Not too much to look at that was interesting, but there was a lot of code changes, a lot of refactoring, so that's nice and productive. Never have to do that again. So yeah, if you watched that, if you enjoyed anything, hope you did. Maybe you learnt one or two things as well. Yeah, that's pretty much how a normal day goes. Fairly productive, although wasn't so flashy. Normally I like to stream more interesting things rather than refactoring. Although on the list of issues I have left to do on the engine, there's not that much left that's interesting to do, so I did want to stream this because this was still useful content. But I think maybe I should be able to find more interesting things to stream soon, all programming related. I might do some low-level Vulkan stuff soon. There's definitely, I suppose the Vulkan backend did get a little bit of love today, which is good. When we did some refactoring and killed some dead code in there, that was great. Maybe a little bit more of that. Could do some profiling and documentation as well, but I know no one is going to enjoy a documentation stream, but maybe a profiling stream, we'll see. Yeah, till next time, thanks for watching if you're still around, and hope you had a good night. See you later.